we have Professor Mike Dillon, the Chief Executive Officer of the Institute of Productivity, a think tank, publishing house and strategic consultancy based in the UK. Right? I welcome Mike to Rvim Institute of Management.
Nice to be here.
Thank you so much. Right? He is here in the context of inaugurating the Center for India, Institute of Productivity Center for India. Under the center, we would like to take up so many activities for the students, for the industry and for the entire nation. How would you think the IOP Center will help the students of Rvim Institute of Management?
I represent 54 national productivity organisations. So, as Vice President of the World Network of Productivity Organisations, I welcome your centre. For me, it's important through linkage that the students can look at and see how other students in other countries tackle productivity problems. The key thing for a student is skill. How can the student gain skill in tackling problems important to the sector in which they work? RVIM have many sectors. Finance, marketing might be a big sector. But for the student, they need to do projects. Okay, they need to actually do something practical that allows them to gain experience. So they need the projects from the Productivity Centre.
Mike, how would you think RV group of institutions can remain more productive and relevant?
I think, first of all, for you, you're already a very strong institute. Congratulations on becoming
the
university.
I think we are on the way to becoming university.
Well, I think you've always been a university. People, whether they give you the stamp, your academic team, the programs that you deliver is already university standard easily. So I think it's good that you're strong. I think the ability to do more international projects, to collaborate in more national projects is good for your organisation, and I think accessing funding in those areas where you can actually tackle projects, and most importantly, it keeps the staff relevant, and it keeps the learning environment and the learning ideas relevant for the student. So if the staff are engaged in projects, they can involve the student group. So I think that's good. So I hope that you will lead a delegation for Bangalore to the international conference in China in September. Well, I hope in that centre you can bring to this, because there'll be 2,000 delegates in China easily, and it's the premier, either the premier of China or the vice premier will be the patron. So your profile as an institute will be raised by activities like this. Also in Indonesia, the other institute that leads the national
projects.
It's good that you we find a way that we can actually get you to come over and actually speak to them.
As per your personal experience, what do you think that inspires students to accomplish higher goals?
I think the important thing for me is the way that the learning happens. But the students, Winston Churchill, I said, I love to learn, but I do not like to be taught. Right. So if you can make the learning environment interesting, the case studies, scenarios, industry, then I think you'll find that the students like this. One, because they become confident. Students find that they need to move from an area where they're with their parents every day. This is how
spoon-fed.
And now they have to work in the big bad world. So if we can create an environment which is, we say RWE, realistic work environment, so that the students can move from that to undertaking projects, they grow confident, and we recognise them. We need to find a way to recognise the students' accomplishments, not only academically in terms of someone who achieves first or distinction, but if they have completed an industrial relevant project, we should recognise that this is actually a valuable thing, and someone who might be academically gifted and someone who might be vocationally gifted also get recognition. Yeah.
What's your opinion on the growth potential of RVIM post recognition of the IOP Center? How IOP Center can help RVIM in its growth trajectory?
I think RVIM will help itself, number one.
Yeah.
But together with the Productivity Centre, it has automatic linkages to other centres. We spent an earlier period discussing trade scenarios and actually working with the World Trade Centre and starting to look at bigger issues other than what is in the horizon of 20 kilometres outside the Institute. So how do we help the Institute grow? We use the students to bring back new ideas, what they demand, very active linkage, whereas, and it's no criticism of RVIM, I think you'll find if you have 180 or 360 students doing project activity, the volume of ideas that you'll actually bring back to the Institute, even if we start with 50, 60, I said we started with 19 last year in Indonesia, now it's 100 student projects, and it's already nationally recognised.
And one another thing, Mike, how this center will help us in building the research base of this institution?
I started my career with Unilever research.
Okay.
So for me, you have field research, commercial research, academic research. The Productivity Centre is focused on in-company activity, short project. So I think you can actually do work in that area that provides academic information when translated. I examined a PhD student last year who worked in the value chain in automotive sector, which was primarily a case study.
Case study kind of.
But for me, what that cell will do is effectively become the project cell, where you can actually get students in companies in the sector doing real work. And then if you've got PhD students that you want to be actually doing academic work, they can use the field work these people do to actually do more
field research.
No, we did the MPhil, so either Masters by Research, Masters of Philosophy, then PhD. We did D.Ed, which was more written papers. So it depends on the vision of the Institute, what you want to do.